Hey guys, it's me again. I'm sorry it took a while for me to put up another video. I've been really busy as of late, but I figured I'd throw one up right now. Um, I wanted to tell you a story right now. It's a story of a little boy. This little boy was born into a poor country where there was no hope. If you were sent to an orphanage, your life was basically planned from that. You were going to either end up on the streets or end up in a factory working, or possibly even end up in the army at the age of 16. Now, this little boy was born into a family of 5. Parents couldn't support the family, so they sent him to an orphanage. He was sent to this orphanage where he lived a life that was already planned out for him, as I said before. Now, this little boy at this point had no hope. He had no hope in a life, no hope in a future, no hope that he could, live to be something someday. Well, he was sent to an orphanage in California, and once again, this little boy had hope. He had hope in the future, had hope in a life, had hope that maybe he could make something of himself, maybe he could change, maybe he could become something that he could be proud of. This little boy was sent to a family where he was adopted, and this little boy was supposed to be put into a family that loved, cared for him, and a family that would always be there for him. Well, it wasn't exactly like that. This boy was sent to a family that abused him, neglected him, starved him, beat him, and just had no love towards him at all. The little boy went through this for 2 years. He was sent back to an orphanage where he had no hope again. There was no hope. This little boy had no hope in the future once again. Once again, there was no hope. However, he was adopted again by a family that actually loved and cared about him. And once again, this little boy had a hope in a future, hope in a life, hope that something could come out of his life. He lived with his family, and it would seem like maybe this would be the end of the story. Maybe the ending would be the little boy growing up and becoming something important, something great. Well, it didn't exactly turn out that way. This little boy grew up to be a young man and ended up being in high school. His future was bright and his hopes were great. There was no doubts. His hope, was stronger than ever. Well, he got sick in his freshman year of high school. He was throwing up 50 to 100 times a day, losing weight rapidly. He was sick for over 9 weeks. And once again, this little boy had no hope. The doctors said that there was a chance that he might not live. And there was no hope again. There was no hope in the future. There was no hope in life. The doctors were giving up. They didn't know what to do. They were going to send him to an orphanage, send him to a hospital over in Oklahoma for more testing, because they just didn't know what to do. The doctors gave him less than a week. Now, the mother of this young man looked up on the internet desperately, trying to find answers. And she found a doctor that said that maybe you should try this medicine. Now, the doctors that they talked to said that this medicine was like a 1 in 50 chance that it would work. So before trying it, the mother of this young man got the church folks together and prayed non-stop. And within 2 days, this young man was healed. He wasn't throwing up anymore. He was gaining his weight back, and once again there was hope. Hope in a future, hope in life. However, it was too late for him to go back to high school, and he had to start an online course. However, he finished that online course in 4 months. But he didn't know what he was going to do with his life. He was lost. He was confused. He didn't even know what to believe in anymore. He was raised in a Christian family and thought that he knew what he believed in, but he didn't know what to believe in anymore. He ended up going to a youth conference, but before this youth conference, he was having nightmares, waking up in the middle of the night in a deep sweat and in tears, having dreams of what happened to him in the past, being beaten, starved, abused. He'd wake up for 3 straight weeks, not getting much sleep. He went to this youth conference, and all his questions were answered. They were answered by God. He turned his life around, knows what he wants to be now, and has a future once again. And once again, he has hope. Now, what I want you to get from this story is that there's always hope. I don't care what you're going through. I don't know what you face. I don't even know what you believe in. But there's always hope. There's always hope in God. Let me tell you something right now. That little boy is me. Looking back on my past now, it's hard for me not to believe in what I believe in. I can't believe that everything that has happened to me has happened by accident, has happened by mistake. I don't believe that I'm a mistake. I believe that I'm a project of God. I'm something that God produced. And I believe that we all have a future. We all have hope. It's just a matter of us choosing where we're going to go and choosing who we believe in. Now, I'm not here to tell you what you believe in is wrong. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. But I will tell you that what I believe in is God. And God is what I believe in. My past has happened. Now it's my future that I look forward to. And I look forward to having God in my life to lead me there. Now it's the question that I have to ask you. Are you going to let God lead your life? Or are you going to fall away? God still loves you. He always will. Even if it might not seem like He's there. He's still there. Watching, caring, and loving.